Autotrader had transitioned in the last decade very much from being a print publishing based business into a digital business. When mobile was launched, or conceived to be launched, it was very much an opportunity for digital growth and offering a new channel for advertisers to reach consumers, and literally that's completely paid off as mobile has grown significantly over the last 4 years. Autotrader actually had a mobile site very early on, like the early 2000s, around BT Cellnet time. It had been developed alongside the website. It reached a point where it wasn't getting very much traction, it wasn't getting any product development. About 2008, that was kind of completely reconceived. Particularly, like I mentioned with the iPhone, that was quite a critical turning point in terms of moving mobile from being a device which is predominantly a communication tool via voice and SMS, and starting to push it into kind of digital content arena. Thinking about 2008, there were probably around 200,000 visits a month on mobile. There was a step change to just kind of start experimenting in that place and pushing forward in that place. Autotrader is not shy to innovate in terms of technologies that are available. So for instance, they trialled digital for TV, it didn't really kick off, it didn't really happen. That doesn't mean you shouldn't offer your service to customers within that space and kind of get it right. The first iteration of the mobile site, Autotrader.mobile, was very much a browser-based site, launched in 2008. We saw a migrated user base from the old mobile destination, a WAP site, into the new mobile site. Increasingly in that year we started experimenting with marketing and trying to grow the mobile business. We did an exercise to switch iPhone users who are accessing the website to the mobile destination. I think it was in late 2009, and literally the impact on mobile traffic was catastrophic at that point. I think if there was ever a serious step change in the business's attention, that was probably it. From that point, the mobile site was completely redeveloped again to deal with the increasing complexity of smartphones in terms of touchscreen interaction, looking at data connections, data speeds, how to kind of offer a good service. It was rebuilt again in 2009, and since then it's had continuous investment and kind of reinvention. For August, we had just over 1.4 million unique users accessing all mobile channels. That roughly breaks down to about 60% of it being browser-based. 40% of that browser-based is actually iPhone. The other 40% is predominantly an app mix, which is iPhone and Android, largely iPhone at the moment. The Android app was only launched in July. That has grown consistently this year. We had 8 consecutive months of growth this year, which is phenomenal. Autotrader Mobile was established as a mobile business within its own right probably in 2009. It had its own product team at that point, which was about 3 people, and it had its own marketing person, which was 1 person. Since then, we currently stand at the moment, I think about 30 heads internally for mobile. So it's growing very quickly over this period of time, and I think what it's been allowed to do in being its own business unit is kind of really develop with the market and make sure it's primarily positioned within the market, and it's been made to be very accountable. So mobile is not an experiment for us, it is part of our business. It's an integrated part of our digital growth strategy. We're looking very much at how that works with online, how we amplify that growth, how we make sure we're available at various consumer touch points. We look at, from a marketing point of view, how we behave in terms of growing a mobile destination in mobile marketing. We also look at how mobile marketing relates in context to the wider marketing mix, so how we behave in mobile when we do events, for example. When TV is on, we see an impact in mobile. So how do we behave consistently throughout the mobile environment to support the mobile business and support the general brand business? In terms of accountability, mobile has its own, it's accountable for its own kind of profit loss. It's been EBITDA positive for the last 2 years. A really kind of keen area of interest for us is how mobile and online relate together. From a consumer perception point of view, we're very conscious that they won't necessarily differentiate between Autotrader on their mobile and Autotrader online. It's just Autotrader. We are, as a business, trying to really understand how we behave around the 2 platforms, proportionally what happens in terms of cross-usage across the 2 platforms. We know or we talk to consumers regularly about their experiences across both. We know at the moment roughly 1 in 5 of .co.uk users have used Autotrader on their mobile at some point in time. At any one point in time, in an average month, mobile traffic accounts for about a tenth of online traffic. We made the decision to build a mobile app based on the data from our mobile browser site. So mobile browser was the first destination we offered. We reached a point in late 2000 or mid 2009 when 50% of our mobile traffic was coming from an iPhone. You can't really ignore the scale of that and the importance of that. That was a business case enough to look to develop an app. It was very much seen as an experiment, kind of moving what do we get from being in that space. We had expectations as to what we should do what we could deliver from an app point of view versus a browser point of view in terms of just that bit of richer engagement, and look to create something that was completely fit for purpose. We had an expectation of how big the app would be when we launched. That got absolutely annihilated. I think we anticipated sort of 50,000 downloads within the first 6 weeks, and we got over 200,000 in the first 2 weeks. We are starting to understand and look at what users see as a difference between mobile app and mobile browser. We basically, proportionally, we're kind of like 60-40. So 60% of our usage is browser, 40% of our usage is apps. Our app users behave very differently to our browser users in terms of actually how they engage with the site. So an app user on average will do 3 times more searches when they come to a visitor session on mobile. We kind of have a feeling that app is very much to do with kind of deep brand engagement. If you actually go down that step and you download an app, you're probably realistically looking for a car. You are going to be calling on that service quite regularly. It's with you all the time, it's on your handset, whereas Mobi is very much about discoverability. People kind of finding something quick and impulsively. I kind of want to get some information fast. A lot of our traffic from Mobi comes through either marketing or Google. Which kind of reflects that kind of point in terms of, I guess, your start point at how you experience the 2 destinations.